Hey guys, it's me Kyle, just making a video. I've been posting a lot of music. Johnny's been making a lot of music. Check us out on Iron Lung Crew. No spaces. Subscribe. We're always putting music out. It's we don't do it from a studio. We just do it from a laptop. So just check us out. Just been on the music kick lately. I don't know if you can see my foot. That's just kind of nasty there. Got the Yeah, it's kind of gross, but anyway, been making a lot of writtens on Facebook, as you probably seen. I'm blowing up listening just music, just different people, and like Suicide Boys, buddy of mine from work showed me him a while back, but just been listening to different people like Bones and a lot of underground stuff. But the people are blowing up nowadays, so it's really not underground. But uh, listen to some JT beats. JT's gonna send me shout out JT. Check him out on SoundCloud. He hasn't got anything on YouTube yet, but he said he's gonna get some tracks uploaded. But so yeah, and then my boy Gino Amanante, he's making music. His sounds like stuff straight out the clubs. Like when I go out to the clubs and work at the bar and stuff, it sounds like straight out like club bangers. Pretty sick though. He's like in Vegas and stuff, so he's doing it big. So shout out to him and shout out to all the crew out there. Just making another video. Uh, it was raining. It's kind of storming right now. Back to dipping. Kind of like really any tobacco I can get my hands on. I mean, just kind of broke. Just so I was like, I was like, man, I could make videos where like if I blow up, like people just send me like tons of tobacco. I just do different types of tobacco. But I was like, nah, that's pretty wag. If I lived on the West Coast, I'd have them send me buds. But nah, nah, just think about like how people go in and out of your life that make an impact on you. You know what I mean? Like you never know like who is going to make an impact on you, uh, like in your life, like whether it be a boss or a teacher you had, or um, just even a person that you meet for 2 seconds that just like tells you a joke or a story, or like basically like maybe someone you met like at a club or a bar or a party or any social setting, or even at a restaurant, or maybe you just had great service or something, and basically how people like impact you and just come in and out of your life. And I knew this before, but I saw a list they talked about on Joe Rogan. I haven't been really watching Joe Rogan as much, um, but I mean he was kind of inspiring me to do all this, like make videos. But like they say, you can only know 150 people, like through your life. So, like basically like the personalities and traits and stuff, what they do. I don't know like who made up that number, or what, like if it's different for people with different IQs or better memories or what. But it's kind of funny. Like you look at Facebook, like I only have like 500 friends. I've deleted a lot of people that I don't talk to or I don't know. Um, and it's just kind of funny. I mean, I don't talk to everybody on that list, so it's like I could have a shorter list. But anyway, it's kind of funny how like people go in and out of your life, like even family members or really close friends that like you think they'll be there forever. And sorry, I'm a little shaking a little bit. Uh, get it steady. But anyway, I look like a Unabomber with this hoodie on. But no, basically, like what I was just saying, like it's funny, like you'll work somewhere and you get so attached to these people. Like I know for me especially, I get attached to a lot of people. Like I become really good friends with people, and then like I push them away. So it's nothing personal. I just got trust issues, and it's like probably what a lot of my issues obtain to is trust. So it's kind of hard to trust people nowadays. I mean, I bet it always was. I mean, like like when people go in and out of your life so much, you get used to it, but then like you kind of hold on to the memories of them, and like they're completely different people as they grow. And I mean, it's kind of hard to change. Like you meet new people, and people fill the void in your life, but Yeah, but I'm just like um been contemplating like how like I used me and Johnny we do music and like I've said in before we he started doing music when Petey died. And like even though we didn't really stay in touch too much, like he was one of our best friends. And so um like basically like it's like it's funny like how like like people just so important to you that you think are going to be there forever, like especially in high school where like you think all your friends and that's what all that matters the most. Like like you don't even talk to them later in life, or maybe you say hey on Facebook, or like they don't call you, they call you a little bit. Like when I first moved out to Indiana, everybody was like, oh hey, what's up, Krazy K, this, that, the other. And then just like slowly the phone calls stop. But you got to move on. You just got to keep going. Like when you get a job, like I've worked at many different places, and I've worked with one place a long time, and I still talk to the people today. Not all of them, but it's like I'll see. Indiana's a small place, and you'll see people out in the street and stuff. Like especially when you go downtown. Like I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people in general. So when I go downtown, there's not a time I don't see somebody I don't know. And it's just funny, like it's sometimes all you need is like say hello, hey, how's it going, and like that's your relationship. It's like basically like relationships of like there's people like you talk about the weather with, and then like there's people you talk about family with. There's people you talk about sports with, or like everybody has that like one friend that you just talk about a certain thing with, or a connection. And it's like it's kind of funny. I forget what movie it was called. I think it was like Road Trip, where like he's like basically like the dude has like an exam, and he has to learn all this information in a short amount of time. And he's like, dude, I could teach you anything. I could teach a monkey like science if just had something to compare it to. So it's like when you compare things, it like helps you remember and helps you to like learn things. And I've done that a lot with movies or uh, anything, like a lot of movies mostly uh, in my life. And it's probably like I can like I don't remember a whole lot of my life due to concussions, drug use, and like all the medication I've been on. So it's always funny when people tell, like when my brother tells me a story, or like I talk to people and I'm like, I don't remember that. But like basically what I was going to is about comparing things is like the connections we meet with people, and how we can like connect with people on certain like values, like of their music, religion, sports, or etc. And it's just funny. Like basically, like like you think these people are going to be in your life forever, but it's like everything's temporary. Everything changes. Like I showed you my foot. I mean, my foot's going to get better eventually. I'm going to be able to walk on it. It'll probably be stronger than ever. Um, so like, like I was going through a tough time, and like not knowing what like reality was, and like you probably saw on my Facebook like some crazy posts. And so like everything's temporary, no matter like how bad a situation is. Like I know some people are gonna get on here and be like, well, the death, of course, death is permanent. So like talking about suicide, like I've been suicidal for since I can remember, but like something's always stopped me, So like it's kind of touchy subject, but it's like I don't give a fuck. I'll talk about anything. Uh, like and basically like how like if you're not dead, then there's always like a lot of people like make excuses and stuff. Like there you always see those like inspirational quotes. I like them, and or like those little like sayings and stuff. Like if you don't like it, change, because you really can, like you can change anything you want. Like even your perception can change. You take a drug or you take alcohol, it can change your whole perception of things. Like I'm on certain medications, changes my like, and now I'm feeling a lot better. And there's like, so if you take like you do anything, it can affect you, especially your perception. So it's kind of bullshit when people say, you can't change, like people can't change, or like you're stuck in a certain way, because like you change every day whether you realize it or not. And I had a good friend back in high school, and he was kind of ahead of his time. like I made a couple mixtapes with him, but like how like basically like he was all positive rapping, and I was like wannabe thug, like out on the streets just like being a hoodlum. And like a lot of my raps, I was talking about guns and stuff or whatever, like I was caught up in like that ideal image of what things are. And like it's like we're evolving creatures, like whether we think or not, like whether people think evolution's real or not. Change is always happening. So like people like coming in and out of your life was the point of my topic of discussion. But I mean, like, it really has changed because, like, my first mixtape was ironically Transformation. I probably say ironically a lot. You guys probably getting tired of it. But Transformation. And it's like, it's kind of funny. Like, we're transforming every day. Um, like, you see a butterfly, it's really easy to see from a caterpillar to a butterfly, but you don't see yourself change. Like, it's always easier for other people to look in, like look from outside point of view, looking in. So when you're there, you don't see as much. So, it's always good to get input from other people. Uh, but like and then my second mixtape was Metamorphosis. So always had this like concepts that like things change and like evolve and transform and like you go from one thing to another, whether it's tasting music, tasting food, or the people you surround yourself with, and you got to make a change for the better. Sometimes I can be like, I know like one of my favorite artists, Ricky Hill, like his "Pain Is My Addiction" is one of his songs. And it's like, it's funny how we can get it, like, adapt to like, or get used to anything, like, um, even pain. So I'm not taking pain medicine anymore, and like my foot still hurts, but I'll get used to it. So it's like, it doesn't even bother me anymore, like until I go to bed. But but basically, what I was trying to say is, like, it's funny how, like, like different people come in and out of your life, and the revolving door that like a life is. So it's like, whether you believe in like a higher power, or one day you do or one day you don't, or like, but like I've always kind of held on to like people from the past. And it's like me and my brother, I've kind of just like outside looking in, like we kind of hold on to this like better time. But it wasn't even all that great when it was happening. So I mean, it was some great moments, like some epic times, but like, I was still depressed, like in high school, especially in the later years. So like glory days, like you always hear like artists, like Bob Seger or somebody like talk about, or like people talk about like the glory days and stuff, because you remember the good things, you don't always remember the bad things, like in how Maya Angelou, um, or Angelo, sorry, she said like, you're not always gonna remember what somebody says, so you're not gonna remember like all the things I say in this video. You're not even gonna remember what like everybody does. So you won't, like, maybe like I'm dipping again. You don't remember that, but you remember how this video made you feel, and like you'll like people impact you in a certain way. Like you meet a person, and you're not gonna remember what they say all the time, and you're not gonna remember what they do, but you're gonna remember how that person makes you feel, and that's a very true quote. And it's like, I really, I just thought of that, like, just as I was talking, like, I don't read anything. I just talk, and like, I think I was like, like, I've been on Facebook for like a while, like, the last couple of weeks or whatever, just, and then like sucked into my phone, and, like, technology's a trip, but that's a whole nother subject, like, topic. But, um, like, it's funny, you can get used to stuff, and, like, you get used to people, and then they're gone. And then like when you have friends and loved ones that pass away, you're always going to remember them, and you're always like, there's funny, it's like people I'll see like on my Facebook, um or like different people, like, and I'll forget about them, and I won't even think about them, and then like I'm like, man, I was like I had so much good times or bad times or whatever. So like a lot of people probably don't even remember me, or like, it's like, and that's like, I guess it's like, everybody thinks like, oh, well, I'm so important, and like, it's like whatever, but like people in history is that really like the legends, like it's kind of like a Sandlot, like, legends never die, so like there's some people in life that's always going to be remembered, um, whether it's like people like Jesus, Hitler, or Tupac. It's kind of funny those three people, but like, I mean, as just an example, like people remember Tupac, like, like in this way, but like, and then like, of course Hitler was like the worst person. That's why I said the best person, like whether he's real or not, he's like what he did was he's like the perfect person, and then Hitler was like the most evil person, and then Tupac was kind of like this like dude where it's like he was like badass like thug life and stuff, but he like also did like songs like Brenda's Baby like and stuff like that. So like and I was watching some Tupac videos, so that's what made me. And I just posted. He was on my cover for Facebook, so that's why I talked about him because I think like in rap, and I like the rap, so it's like I want to say something like the Beatles, for example, like like they're always gonna be remembered, and like Elvis, I got like a buddy Howard, he likes Elvis a lot, and and but you're gonna like put these people on a pedestal, or like when the people pass away, like we remember the good, but we don't always remember the bad. But you know, maybe it's just like designed that way, like in your head. So like, because like when in the end, like it really does fucking matter. Like of all the little petty shit you think about during the day, like you have so many thoughts that go in your head. And you're not gonna remember them. Like if unless you write them down, you're not gonna remember it. No matter like how great of a memory you have, unless you have like Batman's memory, you're not gonna remember all the shit you remember. So like, I see people going through a hard time on Facebook, and like maybe they're like, or like, because I've been like trapped in my house like lately, uh, since my foot, but basically like, uh, everything's temporary, and so are people and things. Like in time, like it's like you look at time, you look at the world like it's 7 billion years old, or like there's 7 billion people, or whatever like number I'm thinking of. Like there's 7 billion people. Like it's like they're all gonna be gone. So like there's babies born every day, and there's people that die every day. So like life's temporary. But I guess my point is just like don't sweat the small stuff. Like you already see, I've heard that before. Like there's a book I've read, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's true because like and I get so caught up in like probably like a lot of people nowadays like get caught up on the like little stuff that you forget the big picture, and like the important things. Like we get captivated in this lifestyle that we get fed through like like social media and like television, and like this way of life that we're supposed to live, but there's no like way to do it. We just like that's what we've been taught. So but like back to the point, like for people, like you know, it's like it's funny, like you'll forget people, and then you'll see them, 10 years later, or 20 years later, or maybe you'll see them just tomorrow. And like it's like, and it's like I'll see people all the time, like when I was working downtown, and the people I used to work with, or just like in different parts of your life and stuff. And then it's kind of funny to think like it's like the world's really small and really big at the same time, because like uh, like I just trip out on life a lot, and I'm not like stoned. I'm not like on pain medicine anymore, so I was probably make some funny ass videos when I was, but no, I'm just tripping out because like I'll see people on Facebook and stuff, and I'm like wondering what they're doing, or like they on social. I've been on social media a lot, and like YouTube, listen to these rappers and stuff, and like listen to these artists, and like uh, you get a certain image like in your head about these people. Like even when you meet them, and like people you can know all your life, like you get a certain image of how these people are, and then like it's like it's such a facade, like of like what's real, or like now everybody's talking about fake news, or but there's always been fake news, so it's like, or like certain stuff, like it's just kind of funny. So I'm not gonna go any longer about this. I've kind of been rambling, um but anyway, it's kind of late, but I've been staying up later, just like probably because I just haven't been like exercising, walking anywhere, or doing anything. So, and plus I like the late night. I've always been a night owl. But if you have time to watch it, check it out. But check out the music that we've been making. My brother's been making a lot. I think we want to make a mixtape, get a studio or something, like, uh, and like just follow your dreams, because life's short, So, um, I've been kind of thinking what I want to do. Um, so, uh, yeah. But anyway, just if you see me on Facebook, just say hi. Normally, I don't like a lot of people. We always like to scroll through the feeds and not really say hi. Or I've been trying to interact with people a lot more, and kind of get out of my shell. I kind of isolate myself when I get real depressed or kind of like out of touch. So, you know, sorry for all the posts or whatever, but I'm not sorry at the same time, because that's just who I am. So, um, not that I shouldn't change or like try to be better. I'm just saying, like, that's who I am. So a lot of people, like I haven't talked about my uh like like issues and stuff before a lot. So um I don't know, like I got unfriended by some people, I thought we were real cool with. But it turns out, like I was saying, revolving doors, like, so but anyway, I hope you guys like these videos. Just kind of my thoughts. I call them crazy adventures or dip sessions or whatever I want to call it. Just really an outlet, just kind of think, and just tell you guys how I feel. But uh, yeah, have a good day tomorrow or the next day or whatever, wherever the fuck you guys wake up. But nah, just have a good night. The rain stops, so maybe I like it when it rains. When you sleep, you can kind of sleep better. But at the same time, it's like when your bones ache at the same time. It's kind of funny. But good night, guys, and hope you guys like this video. Later.